beating Ric Flair. The only thing that I'm saying that he can be beat. And right here in Columbus, Georgia, the people's wanted it. I've got letters from all over Georgia, phone calls, everything. People want to know when are they going to get Ric Flair here and when are they going to get Paul Orndorff against him. Well, you've got it. Sunday, October the 3rd, I'll be wrestling this man. You know, he's held the world's belt now for quite a while. I'm coming after it, and I'm going to do what I have to do to take that belt from him.
Ivan Koloff is known as the Russian Bear. He will be in action on Sunday afternoon, October the 3rd, 2:30 p.m. at the Columbus Municipal Auditorium against Brad Armstrong. Terry Gordy against the Iron Sheik. Roddy Piper in an interesting special event against the Super Destroyer. It's going to be Nature Boy Ric Flair defending his coveted World Heavyweight Championship against Paul Orndorff. And in tag team action, Abdullah the Butcher teaming with Buzz Sawyer to take on the Rich Cousins, Johnny Rich and Wildfire Tommy Rich.
You know what it amounts to? Last week in Columbus, Georgia, you know, I had Super D. I had him beat. Had the sleeper hooked on him. He was going out. Seemed like every damn time that I turned around, Buzz Sawyer's behind my back doing something, and I'm sick and tired of it. So I said, give me Sawyer once and for all. Sawyer didn't have the guts for a single. You know, just like I said, right now, Sawyer, anytime, anywhere, any place. And it's happening right here in Columbus, Georgia. You know, you went out, yeah, you think you got you Abdullah the Butcher. I've seen him eat raw fish. I've seen him do it all, brother. But you ain't got nothing. Because just like I told you before, Sawyer, a country boy can't survive. Columbus, Georgia, I'm bringing Johnny. Yeah, you know, he might come out here and say, Johnny ain't got the experience. Johnny ain't ready. Johnny's got the heart. He's got the desire. And when it's all over, we're going to whip you, and I don't care. If we have to fight up in the buildings, that's exactly what we're going to do. You know, because I'm fed up to here, man. I can't take it no more. Just like I said, Super D, I had him beat, and, you know, just like I said, I want a shot at Ric Flair. He cost me that. Every time he's a thorn in my side. Columbus, Georgia, you're going to get it.
Got two different matches to talk about.
Just hang on a minute, Mr. Carlisle. I got one thing to say to Mr. Roddy Piper, the man that comes out here and looks like he got ants in his pants, likes to move the furniture around. Roddy Piper, you're wrestling the best when the National Wrestling Champion. And one thing for sure, you're going down to defeat. 1, 2, 3.
And Buzz Sawyer going to be...
You don't have to tell the people who I am. They know who Buzz Sawyer is right here. You know, it really makes me really funny inside my heart and my mind and everything else. Tommy Rich gets out here and says, oh, Buzz Sawyer, you cost me the national championship. You cost me the world title. You cost me my life. Oh, boy, 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 boy. Always trying. You people know as well as I did, I never once came down in the ring. Tommy Rich got beat by himself. 1, 2, 3. And yeah, you want to wrestle me? I'm not going to wrestle you. You're a crazy idiot fool. So you went and you got your little teeny cousin, Johnny Rich. Well, I got the baddest, the meanest man in the world today, Abdullah the Butcher. A little bit of salt and pepper there, the biggest piece of pepper I can find. And when we're done with you, I'm going to take that Tommy Rich, I'm going to tear him in two, I'm going to stick his brother on top of him and make a hacksaw out of him. Because, oh, Buzz, I'm sick and I'm tired of you always jumping on me. You're a thorn in my side. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Tommy Rich. I'm going to eliminate the thorn because I'm going to eliminate your side. So
introducing first, ladies and gentlemen, on my left from...
$400, how many? 444? It's easy to remember.
Talk about an important night. Mark it down on your calendar, folks. Friday night, October the 1st, Macon Coliseum, national title match. Super Destroyer champion against Tommy Rich. Bounty Hunter against Roddy Piper, a match that very much interests me. Buzz Sawyer against Paul Orndorff. Matt Bourne against Brad Armstrong. And in tag team action, these two men right here taking on the Iron Sheik and Ivan Koloff. Of course, I'm talking about Terry Gordy and Tito Santana.
You know, we wanted the Samoans. They wouldn't give us a title match because they said we hadn't beaten anybody. Michael Hayes is out of wrestling because of the Samoans, and now we have to step in the ring with a Russian and an Iranian. Well, nobody in America likes Russians. And the Iranian, we haven't forgotten those 444 days, brother. And if we have to beat you guys to get a title match, we're going to go out there and beat you. You know, Ivan Koloff stands out here and he says, we're going to make an example of these two. Well, when we step in the ring, brother, we're going to find out who's going to be making the example of who. We're going to go out there to beat you and hurt you if that's what it takes.
You got a big partner here in Terry.
Just like he said, baby, no good for nothing's good enough for us. And that's what we're up against, no good for nothing. And we're coming after you, baby, because we know how to come after somebody. You know, it's like this. You always hear them talking and knocking the USA. Well, if you've got so much against the USA, what are you doing over here? And if you like Iran and Russia so much, why don't you get your tails back over there where you belong, baby? Because we don't need you over here anyway. But that's beside the point, baby. We're coming after you. You're here. We're here. We're all going to be in Macon, Georgia, and we're going to meet right in the center of the ring. And may God bless you because, baby, we're coming after you 110%. And we're going to show you what the United States is all about.
All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen, and the best of luck to the both of you. Talk about an exciting program. We've certainly had it. A lot of exciting matches, and talk about an exciting card. We have that for you coming up on Friday night, October the 1st, to the Macon Coliseum. We would like to urge you again at this point to get your tickets in advance. Save 50 cents. When the Super Destroyer defends his national title against Tommy Rich. Your comments about that in just a moment. Let me again remind the people, also that night, the Bounty Hunter against Roddy Piper, Buzz Sawyer against Paul Orndorff, the Sheik and Ivan Koloff against Terry Gordy, Tito Santana, Matt Bourne against Brad Armstrong. But what about your title defense against Tommy Rich?
That's what I would like to know. What about it? The people, you know, I thought in America things are supposed to be equal. Everybody's supposed to have an equal opportunity at everything. But it seems here in Macon, Georgia, things kind of shift over and get weighted down on Tommy Rich's side, the good old boy, the boy from Tennessee. Why? When he was champion, I had my contract out there right up in front. Did Tommy Rich ever sign a contract for this belt for me to wrestle? No. When he was NWA heavyweight champion, I had another contract out there in front of him for him to wrestle me. Did he wrestle me? No. So I become champion, and I says, there's two people I do not want to wrestle. That's Tommy Rich and Paul Orndorff. What happens? The first time I come to Macon, Georgia, as a champion, I got to wrestle Tommy Rich. Why? Because Tommy Rich is the local good boy, the local hero, the boy from Tennessee. So he goes to the NWA, and the local promotion says, I want to wrestle the Super Destroyer for the championship. They says, Tommy, you're a good boy. We'll let you wrestle the Super Destroyer for the championship. I said, I don't want to wrestle him. I don't have to. There's other people more deserving than him. The Iron Sheik, Buzz Sawyer, a lot of different people. But they say I have to wrestle Tommy Rich.
Folks, just a reminder here in closing, next week our program will be seen the same time as today. Until then, Jim Carlisle, so long. Hello, everyone. Jim Carlisle here, and this week again, welcome to Championship Wrestling. Glad you could join us at this time. And let me just say that next week we do return to our regular starting time of 4 o'clock. Join us at that time. But now that you've joined us this time, stay tuned because we have a lot of exciting action and a lot of messages, interviews, and so forth regarding a tremendous wrestling card coming up on Sunday afternoon, October the 3rd, at the Columbus Municipal Auditorium, and that'll be at 2:30 in the afternoon. And folks, believe me, from the opening match right on through the main event, It is tremendous. The opening match could be a main event anywhere. The Iron Sheik from Iran going up against the Freebird Terry Gordy. It'll be the Russian Bear Ivan Koloff against Brad Armstrong. Special event, the Super Destroyer against Roddy Piper. In tag team action, listen to this. The wild man from the Sudan, Abdullah the Butcher, teaming with Buzz Sawyer to take on Tommy Rich and Johnny Rich. And listen to this. And I want to call in Paul Orndorff here now because all-important world title match. Nature Boy Ric Flair defending that coveted title against Paul Orndorff.
That's right. You know, you mentioned the date, October the 3rd, Sunday afternoon. I'm wrestling the world's champion. Well, I tell you what, Ric Flair, if you remember, August 26, 1981, Charlotte, North Carolina, for the U.S. belt. I